Law and the Urban Bushwoman.
Thank you very much. So Urban Bushwoman is a dance company, and we have lots of questions about how we started, when we started, and our history. So we have a particular way of introducing you to who we are, and that's what we will do today. In 1984, I founded Urban Bush Women in New York City. Urban Bush Women was an idea of taking something about my identity of growing up in Kansas City, Missouri, in that place that people call, sometimes not too affectionately, the inner city. So I started to think about, what if I thought about the ways that we think of the bush and the inner city as it's something that's thick and creative and powerful and strong, a little dangerous, creative, powerful, strong. That was my idea of the urban bush. So we are the Urban Bush Women. And we started touring all over the country. And we noticed, as we were touring, there's a little bit in this room today, we didn't see a whole lot of black folks in the audience. We looked out and we were like, well, where are they? Where? So we started going to find them. We felt it was important to have their voices and faces reflected in the audience. So we started asking some of the service workers in the hotels, who are often black, Latino, hey, why don't you come see our show? And then they would connect us like, why don't you come to our community, or why don't you come to our church? And so somebody said, oh, you're doing outreach. And we thought, okay, this is an interesting idea. We'll continue with this outreach. But something felt wrong to us about that idea. And we started to think that this idea of outreach was often a powerful institution assuming its power and reaching out, but usually a little bit more down to what they perceive a less powerful fringe community. And so we started to think, rather than using that term outreach, maybe we could find something else. So in 1990, we were invited to New Orleans for a 3-month residency. And we knew this was an opportunity to move beyond that outreach model into another model, which we began to call community engagement. And so we started thinking this idea of equity as part of engagement, and we started using this strategy of engagement in New Orleans. And we were one of the first arts groups, not the only, but certainly one of the first arts groups in the country to use this term, community engagement. So after we finished the engagement in New Orleans, we asked people, like, how was this experience? Because this is part of the collective learning. They said, you all were great at entering community. Like, oh, we hadn't thought of that as a concept, but they were enjoying the way that we entered community because we were listening, as opposed to, we're the experts from New York, we're the hot New York artists, we're going to tell you all what to do because we got it going on. No, we began to enter community through listening. But then, as we're building our tools, the company starts to change, as dance companies do. And we have to have something called turnover. Some dancers go, and new dancers come in. So in 2001, I joined Urban Bush women. And at the time, we were touring a piece called Hair Stories that talked about issues of race, class, and gender as they related to our hair. And what we noticed is that the audience didn't just want to watch the piece, they wanted to talk about it. And so Jawale started what she called the hair parties. And at the hair parties, we might go over and say, take out your license plate. Let me see what's going on with your hair that day. What influenced that choice? What messages are you getting from the media or from your home about how you wear your hair? Like that bush, the conversation was thick. And so we realized we needed more tools to build up dialogue around talking to people. So we were trained in dialogic learning, which created a safe space for everyone to put their truth into the space for a value of multiple truths. We also sharpened our tools on entering, building, and exiting community. In our summer leadership institute housed in New Orleans, Louisiana. In that space, urban bushwomen, students, educators, some folks up in this space come to learn these tools of dialogic learning, these tools of entering, building, and exiting community, these tools on understanding and undoing racism. It's information that urban bushwoman shares with the arts and education community throughout the country, some folks coming from abroad, so that we strengthen this practice. I entered the urban bushwoman community in 2008.
What a butt. Right, next time.
I was really interested in telling stories. In the spirit of entering community, urban bushwoman is also interested in allowing others to tell their stories. And part of that is being invited into community. And through those invitations and through the process of the dialogic learning, the undoing racism, urban bushwomen developed bold builders, organizers, and leaders through dance. offers a variety of workshops and classes. From being in a dance studio, into choral halls, to boardrooms, community centers, in the spirit of entering community, we also acknowledge and encourage shared leadership. Bold, is about telling those stories. Is about creating equality and equity. Bold is about sharing leadership. Social activism. Urban bush women. Is about carrying legacy. You smell that? You smell that? Smells like fresh beef. Fresh off the mark. A fresh wave of movements, of buildings, of singers. A fresh wave into urban bush women. From the age of 5, I can consider myself an illegitimate bush baby. Mama showed me urban bush women in the midst of my technique classes. Of these strong, beautiful, fierce women on stage, telling me stories of the African diaspora. And letting you know, and the world know, these legs are not your legs, they're mine. All mine. These hips are not your hips, they're mine. All mine. See, in 2010, I moved to New York. With my chance of being finally part of urban bush women. But did you hear? What?
You heard?
What happened?
Urban bush women went on a 2-year hiatus, y'all.
Are you kidding me? What?
Can you tell them when you see them? And I want to be like, where are they? Have you seen them? They're not on the stage. But don't worry, don't worry. They may not have been on the stage dancing, but they were in the community building. They were in the studios creating. Because urban bush women recognizes that place matters. And in the home of Brooklyn, New York, urban bush women took the time to go back into the community, to honor our community, and figure out how can we further create and build and connect to get more of our beautiful people in the audience, of the people whose stories we're telling.
2013. Did you hear?
What? What happened?
Urban Bush will have an audition. Three long days. Three long days. I'm with you. 7 hours. Don't stop. Stay in the front. Yes. They saw a new wave of fresh dancers, a new wave of fresh movers who could stay in the heat, in the frying pan, and feel that energy of a collective community and working together to process out of 120 dancers. They chose 4.
Now sing me a love song.
Sing us a love song? Not my thing. But what I can say is Urban Bush Woman holds our strengths, holds our love, that's the closest you'll get, holds our ancestors, holds it all into us. So that we can begin to understand who we are as individuals. Individuals, 7 individuals within this company of fierce urban bush women is one of the core values. Validating the individual. And once you become strong in what that individual place is, we can then begin to take that force. Make a catalyst to do what Urban Bush Women does best. To fight strong for social change and justice. Moving on to 2010.
My senior year at VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University. Staying strong to their belief and core value of entering, building, and exiting community. Urban Bush women entered into our community at VCU, much like we're doing now. They facilitated workshops, played games, movement mapping, researching, and asking us to put ourselves into the work as individuals. And then I realized what was happening. They were building trust through process, emphasizing the journey and what happens along the way over the destination. Because the destination is not always what's important. It's how you get there. And this process was demonstrated so boldly and clearly for us when we took on and learned the work choreographed by John Lake in 1988. Shelter. Deals with disenfranchisement and displacement of people in their own country. God told Noah of the rainbow slide. No more water, but fire next time. Oh, Katrina, sweet woman, why'd you want to be? I was already up to crack up to my knees. But New Orleans ain't raised no chumps. So don't victimize me. Cause I ain't fled nothing. My country fled me.
Thank you.